say that Splatoon's going to be out, I think, with the spring. They got the DLC from Arcade coming out in the spring. They have, I'm forgetting all these release dates right now, actually, of what's coming out when and where, but, they have, Zelda coming out, they say, in 2015, they have all these other games, and maybe I think these deadlines is possibly what's causing a lot of this thing, because now it's like, we gotta get this done, we gotta get this done.
Yeah, right. It puts a lot of pressure on the developers, obviously, to get the titles done.
I don't always, I can...
But that pressure, I think, is what creates the fucking crappy games. It creates the glitches, it creates all the things that the fucking bugs, that the things that we experience that we hate in these games that we're fucking jumping down Ubisoft's throat for. This is something that other developers have felt. It's something that developers feel all the time. It's actually something that we've dealt with over the years for many, many moons, actually.
Mm-hmm. And
you can't really blame. In all honesty, I feel like Nintendo brings that approach to it, though. Yeah, I think you're very correct on that. I think that they kind of bring that. It's going to be done when it's done, and like I was saying, Carmack does that, ID Software. It's they never really release a date until they're very sure that the game is done. They're not going to release a date until they feel that the game is of the highest quality, at least of the highest quality enough to where it's going to be released commercially. That's something probably Ubisoft didn't do here, and it's probably something they were pressured into doing. It's probably something that a lot of these teams are pressured into doing. This is the kind of stuff that probably happens almost every day inside the gaming industry. We as gamers don't see this kind of stuff. We don't speculate about it.
A fraction of what, would probably
Yeah, it probably happens, hand over fist. This is something probably an accepted kind of a policy from publishers versus developers in terms of what they expect. When they go into making a game for a big publisher say Activision or EA, they're probably already getting into it knowing that they're going to have this serious deadline, and no matter whether or not the game is finished, they're going to have to fucking release it. And that at this point in the game, in terms of the game industry, we've already become very accepting of later patches, fixes, updates, things that fix bugs. We pretty much become dull to the idea of fucking these developers releasing games that are going to be unfinished. It's something that I think everyone expects, and I think that it only becomes a point of contention. I think Unity eventually, not eventually, I think it's selling well now. In all honesty, I think it's probably going to be one of the best selling games of the holiday season, regardless of the kind of bugs that it has. I just think that gamers like to focus in on these points, especially gaming publications and websites and magazines, because it's just an easy target. It's just a lot of people who fucking target these kind of developers with this kind of bullshit don't understand the kind of dedication and work it takes to actually put together an actual fucking 3D game or 2D game or video game in general. I feel like a lot of people bitch about this kind of stuff not really knowing what they're bitching about. They don't even really understand what they're bitching about. They're bitching about all these glitches, but they don't understand that some guy's probably sweated behind a cubicle for less money than he's worth.
Yeah.
Busting his ass trying to finish this fucking game before it came out, and to hear somebody, that must be really discouraging to be a developer and hear these kind of comments about your game.
And we probably don't do necessarily probably a service, by always talking about it.
I think gamers are just like every other kind of consumer. We're all just very.
Well, yeah, I think exactly. I think we're just like any other consumer too.
We want what we want.
In the end, Unity will probably eventually be stable enough that people can actually play the game.
Well, they just came out with a patch that was supposed to fix a lot of this stuff. I'm not exactly sure if it did, but it came out yesterday or today.
The wonder is, why couldn't they? And this is another thing, I was going to bring up. Miyamoto had a very good quote that came out that he said. I don't know, it was a few years ago now, I think, but basically he was saying that I'm paraphrasing it, but a game that is rushed, that it will, or a game that is rushed will always be bad or something like that. But a delayed game will eventually be good.
Right, eventually.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those eventually. Well, how long is eventually? Well, it could be 1 month to 10 years or something like that.
Right, and I like that about Nintendo, though. I like that they're willing to put that kind of time
And I think that's why
money
I don't
into
normally
a title.
complain about when they delay their games, because I think when they delay their game, they usually have a reason for it. Sometimes, I mean, I
Dude,
can
all the
understand
way
this
back
point,
to N64,
I think the reason
right?
yeah, for what?
Like all the way back to N64, they've been doing this kind of this I don't know, this campaign to make people believe that it's like quality over quantity. Like this is the this is the kind of thing that they've been doing like since the beginning almost. Like since they've basically been making 3D games, they've been telling people like it's gonna take as long as it can take. I mean, we waited 4 years for fucking Ocarina of Time, dude. This is not something that's like new. It's like Nintendo's been doing this for a really long time.
Yeah, and I think from when you think about even like a game like Zelda, we saw footage. Yes, it was cutscene footage, but they said it was all gameplay footage. But anyway, we saw gameplay footage. Now they say that it's going to be coming out next year, which is of course not far off. We don't know when next year. People are seeing it probably towards the holiday season and whatnot. But I've come to grips, or I've come to just accept that Nintendo will eventually delay games. But one of the things I was going to say is, sometimes I wonder why the reason Nintendo delay some of the games that they do is to. We were talking about this earlier about trickling down. Like we were trickling down our articles for the forums. Well, maybe that's exactly what Nintendo was. They want to trickle down their games so they don't have one big lump sum of games. They want to kind of space them out, and perhaps that's why they probably do what they do for the
I
console.
think there's going to be a huge push with the next console. I think that this is kind of like one of those droughts that we see every other Nintendo gen. I mean, we saw this with N64, but we really didn't see it that much with the GameCube. Nintendo released a lot of first-party titles on the GameCube. It was one of those things with the Wii U as well. I mean, we saw a trickle of first-party Nintendo titles coming from Nintendo themselves, but we saw like a flood of third-party titles. With the Wii U, it's very much the same thing, except we don't have the third-party shovelware to fill in the gaps. Nintendo's still doing the same thing though that they did last gen. I mean, they're doing the same thing they do almost every gen. They're filling, the small space that they have within a year with what quality titles they have finished. Nintendo's not really about releasing games that are unfinished, dude. And that's one thing you could say about Nintendo is that you never really get a game from them that needs to be patched to the point where it changes the gameplay aspects of it, where it's almost like completely separate from the original release. Something that you're probably going to see within Unity. Like, it's going to be like a complete change. People are probably going to enjoy it a lot more once it gets patched up. But in terms of Nintendo games, what you see is what you get. What you get at release is what you get. Like, that is it. Nintendo doesn't release games that are half-finished or that need patches. I mean, the only time that Nintendo releases these kind of patches is for, like, online features or for smaller, like, other nuances,
which
like people
getting
disconnected. Right, which would make more sense. I mean, but we're talking about, like, the main actual content of the single-player, portion of the game or the actual gameplay of the game. I mean, Nintendo doesn't fuck that up, man. That's something that they deliver in spades. At the highest of quality, and even at the lowest of technology, they're really that's something that Nintendo, it comes back around. Nintendo really does the most with what they have. Like, they do the most with less than any developer out there, in my opinion. You're getting more quality out of Nintendo titles than you're getting out of any title out there, simply because you're getting something that's comparable to what you're getting on, like, say, I don't know, like a PS4 or an Xbone in terms of the experience that you're receiving. I mean, Bayonetta 2 is fucking qualified for Game of the Year. There is no doubt in my mind that this game is worthy of this, Hey, before I fucking forget, man, speaking of which, these fucking guys sent me a free copy of Bayonetta 2. I just wanted to post, check this out, dude.
I was going to bring it up
this is for real. These fools sent this to me, sent me this note. Like, Mike D sent me this note. Let me see if I can hold it up. It's like all folded up and shit. But he sent me this note. You know what I'm saying? A free copy. They got together and decided I needed a free copy of Bayonetta 2 with Bayonetta 1. When Mike was sending me the copy of Anguish, I honestly can't say just thanks enough, guys. I just wanted to mention you guys because, in all honesty, I've never received a gift like this before, like, as far as a surprise. You guys like made my day. Like that's real, guys. Thank you so much for fucking giving me the Bayonetta 2. I just wanted to say that. Is there
and we were glad to kind of help you out with that. So,
dude, you did it too? You mean you had something to do with this?
Oh yeah.
Oh, come on, Sholdy, for real? I didn't know that. I thought, as far as I knew, it was like Matt, Juke, and I didn't really hear about anybody else. He just told me other forum members. Did you really have something to do with this, dude?
Yeah, I did. Well, I mean, let's put it this way. Juke basically, I mean, well, it's now over and stuff like that. So basically, Juke basically got a group of us together. We all basically just had a bit of a conversation about it. We wanted to kind of help you out. So, and we all wanted to we just wanted to kind of give back is what we wanted to do. So,
wow. Give back for what though? I don't do shit for you guys except annoy you.
You do plenty for us. I mean, you don't even realize. I mean, you do back your frickin' Spider-Man posts and stuff like that. I mean, you provide. I mean, this is why I like Nintendo Enthusiasts, because we take care of our own. We take care of our own.
I never knew who was involved in this, but now knowing that you're involved, it's very special, man. I just want you to know that. Like, I appreciate it, everything that you guys felt fucking thinking about doing that for me. I felt when I got it, it was really one of the coolest things that's happened to me this entire year. Like, I just wanted you to know that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I very much appreciate it, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, it was Juke, Matt, hang on a sec.
Who else? I gotta know. Now I know Shoulder. Now who else is involved? I know Mike was involved because he obviously sent it to me.
Yeah, Mike was there. Let's see, Good Twin, Juke, Buddha.
What?
Mike. And
what?
myself.
What? All of them? Come on, man. You're gonna make me cry, dude. Like, for real? Like, they all were involved in doing this for me?
And even for all the other guys, all the other regulars who, did not, it was just kind of like, hey, let's just do this. But, that was who it was, and yeah, and, for other guys who, in this little conversation, if I wasn't supposed to say any of that, well, I'm sorry, but, hey, I figured, we should give credit where it's due,
Whatever, man. Credit where it's due is just an understatement as far as I'm concerned. It really made my whole year, man. That was one of the coolest things anybody's ever done for me.
Well,
I can't believe that all of you guys were involved. I honestly never would have guessed that so many people were involved in trying to get this to me. I thought it was just maybe Matt or Juke or maybe a couple of guys, maybe a few guys, maybe 4 at the most. I never would have thought it was Good Twin and stuff like that. I never really, Good Twin doesn't really let me know how much he appreciates me. If he does appreciate me at all. I never would have guessed Good Twin was in on that, dude. Thank you. I can't even believe that shit, man. That's a trip.
Yeah, I think it was, hang on a sec. Let me see if I can find it.
Just wow. I never would have thought Good Twin was in on that. GT is one of those guys that I totally respect, but, I never thought, I gained his respect, you know what I'm saying? Some of the guys I know, they're cool with me and stuff, but GT is one of those guys, and I never thought, you know what I mean? He thought about me that way, but honestly, he must like me a lot if he thought, enough to put in on getting me a free game, dude. That's a huge deal for me. $60 for me, dude, is a huge amount of money. You don't understand. I don't get the 60 bones and just throw away on a free game and stuff. So for you guys to, pitch in, all of you together, to do that, I mean, even if you were just in on, thinking that was a good idea, that means a lot to me, dude. I'm sorry. That's fucking awesome.
I mean, like I said, you've been a big contributor to TNE for, especially ever since I've been here. And so, we really enjoyed the stuff that you post. We love your Spider-Man stuff. I mean, those things are good, quite frankly.
That's great to know that you guys appreciate it. Not just appreciate it, but just enjoy it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's the most important part. If you smile, or if anybody smiles or laughs, or you know what I mean. If their day is heightened in terms of
and
their emotional state.
And then, of course, when we all read your post, we were all just kind of like, we all were very big agreement is that was a very epic post that you made. Especially when you added all the Spider-Man stuff in it, like the picture of like Spider-Man just kind of thinking, or like,
Well, I put a lot of thought into it. I mean, the reason I put a lot of thought into it is because I knew whoever decided to send me this, like whoever decided to do this for me, like put a lot of thought into it. Like they thought about me, you know what I mean, on a personal level. So, of course, like I'm gonna put love into that post, man. Like more so than I do a lot of my others. Like to be honest with you, I waited a while to do that like post because I had to think about it for a second. I didn't want to post something that like I wanted you guys to know that I appreciated it basically. Like I just wanted you to know like it mattered to me. And to know that you had something to do with it means a lot, dude. That's really awesome. And you come out and do the show today. I mean, it's really cool. I mean, I can't thank you guys enough.
here's and I'll just add this little thing that Matt said, and I quote, he said, "That's one of the most pure, heartfelt posts I've ever read. Awesome how much power goodwill towards your fellow man still has."
Whatever, toward your fellow man, toward your fellow homeboy, like, you guys are like, seriously,
No, I mean,
when I said family earlier,
we
as
were
far as
all
how I
very
feel
happy
about all
to
you
do what we
guys,
did, so.
dude, I can't even put it into words how I felt the day that I received the package that you guys sent me. Just to let you know, like, I can't even put into words how excited and awesome it felt. So, dude, we ran way over time. I don't think there's anything else I need to cover other than, like, the Nintendo Mall tour, and I was gonna talk about the Piss Crystal. I don't know if you know about the Piss Crystal, like the picture that fucking, I think Dodo posted the picture or something like that of a Link thing, and it had like this little piss tower thing like that he was leaning against, and I called it the Piss Crystal. But anyway, like I can skip that shit. I mean, I can end that on a really good note. But in all honesty, Nintendo's doing a mall tour. They're gonna be coming to a mall near you. I just wanted to cover this because
Oh yeah, the mall tour. Yeah.
yeah, this is just something I feel.
It sounded like you said it was one word, just like mall tour, and I'm like, what's a mall tour?
Mall tour. You know that guy from that show. Yeah, I totally fucked that up, didn't I? When I get drunk, I
Sounds like
tend
a
to slur
mythical
my
creature.
words. Yeah, that's what I get for drinking. I slur my words together, and it's all gonna be like one long word and shit instead of a sentence. But yeah, I just wanted to cover the holiday mall tour because I feel like it's really neat that Nintendo still does this. This is something they've been doing for a really long time. Go check out a mall near you. I mean, I think the next mall that they're going to is in Arizona, but I mean, they're hitting Arizona, New York, Virginia, Oregon, Minnesota. I mean, go online, check it near you, man. Go check out the Wii U, see what it's all about. They're going to have a lot of big titles there, including Smash. They're going to have the Amiibos there. I mean, they're going to have mascots there and fucking uniforms and shit, like costumes and stuff. It's going to be a blast. I honestly feel like people should check this out. Shoulder,
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
think it's
Dude, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said I think it's gonna be great. Just to
That's
get the
old
word out,
school,
just
right?
kind of be out.
That's like really
And it
old
is.
school kind of advertising, like to go from town to town, and I mean that's like vaudeville shit. That's like those snake oil salesmen that used to go to like from mining town to mining town trying to sell their fucking shit. Like Nintendo's doing it old school style. This is something that like they did when I was a kid. They used to go to the malls, like they used to display their fucking products. They've been doing this since like the SNES days, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't remember how long they've been doing it. So
Oh, it's just something Nintendo's been doing for a very long time, and in all honesty, it's a great opportunity for families and their kids and people that are doing like holiday shopping between now and Christmas to check out the Wii U, to get a good opportunity to like see what the Wii U has to offer. Because I mean, I guarantee you, once your kids see Smash, they're probably gonna want that on their Christmas list. So you better just like go check it out, see what it's all about. It'll keep you informed about what your kids want, and it'll keep everybody else informed about what the fuck Nintendo is doing. So, without further ado, Shoulder, I thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything you want to say or just cover before we decide to go off the air?
It's like I said, we were all flying in kind of the seat of our pants, just kind of going with this and that.
What about those riots, man? Were you in the chat when we were talking about all that shit when the riots were going down?
Oh, the Ferguson stuff?
Yeah,
No.
that Ferguson stuff. I mean, I was talking with Travis the whole
I
fucking
thought that
time.
stuff was over. honestly, I thought that was over. I mean, I remember hearing about it when it first all happened, but I haven't really been keeping in touch with it. But I heard about the decision, that kind of stuff. But I have been kind of largely kind of keeping kind of my distance from that stuff. Just
well, I won't
because
make you have an opinion. I just thought it was like we were sitting there talking about like what was going on in the chat, and we had a real interesting conversation. Me and Teach. And simply Travis, I mean, I call him Teach, I'm sorry. He's like my nickname for him.
No,
It's like your
get that now.
Speaking of which, he changed his name, everybody, on the forums. Just like, this is I Am the Soldier, just like in case you don't know who the fuck it is. This is Shoulder. We all call him Shoulder, and they finally changed his name on the forums. So now you can find him on the forums.
You can thank Mike for that one. Mike is the one who coined that term, so because of his slurred speech.
Well, see, when we drink, we all slur that. That's because we like to drink here at TD. We like to party, dude. We like to play Nintendo games, get drunk, and have a good time.
I basically, went to, it was actually the same private message conversation we had about your sending Bayonetta to you. And I said,
dude, that's such a trip to hear you talk about it, man, because honestly, Matt told me some, but he didn't tell me all. He didn't tell me about all those other people involved. You, like, made my day.
And maybe he did it on purpose, but, I think it was already kind of mentioned, who was involved.
Whatever,
anyway,
man, thanks to all you guys, just so you know, thanks to all you guys. I to know that so many people are in on that, it like fills my heart with like Christmas cheer, dude. Like straight up, like festival, like holiday cheer has filled my heart because of you guys. Like shit that wouldn't be there if you guys hadn't done what you done. Like straight up, you made a difference. I just want to let you guys know that.
And we're really happy to do it.
I'm loving Bayonetta, man. I played the first one, but it's awesome on Wii U. It's like so much better on Wii U.
I still need to pick up Bayonetta. I still need to pick up those actually. So.
Oh, I think you'll dig it.
I went up to Juke and I said, hey, what are the chances of me getting my name officially changed on the forums from I Am the Soldier? Which is actually a name I've been using since like 2001, and I know everyone here.
That's how I knew you from IGN.
Exactly. So, so I've been using that for over a decade, and so I said, well, what are the chances of me just getting my name officially changed? And he said, well, I can change it. Is this what you want? I said, yep. And Matt was saying, well, this is long overdue, and then of course
it is long overdue, though. It's totally perfect, man. It's so much better than your old name, and you know why? It's because it was given to you by one of the other alumni of the TNE, by one of your friends. I mean, those are the kind of names that you can't like. That's how I got LSB, man. I mean, that's how it happens. One day somebody calls you something, and then it sticks. And I love how they changed your official name to it. It's perfect.
Yeah, I think it works. It's kind of like the dawn of a new era.
It is, dude. It's awesome. I thought it was one of the coolest fucking things ever because it's one of the few things about TNE that is very unique. I mean, there are a few things about TNE that are unique. One of them is the type of relationship that we have with some of the upper staff, and including like people that can change your name if you want to and stuff like that. In other websites, it would cost you money, man. Like you don't even understand the kind of awesomeness that is. And I salute you, Shouldy. I salute you because I thought Shoulder was just the coolest name ever, man. And when I saw that they changed the name, I'm just like, should I change my name to LSB? Because honestly, dude, you're setting a trend right now, and I feel like a trend that a lot of people are going to end up following eventually in terms of changing their name on the forums. I just want to let you know that.
It is possible. We'll see.
I feel that way.
Jude has the power, so.
Dude, is there any special Thanksgiving wishes you'd like to give anybody out? Because tomorrow is fucking Turkey Day, dude.
Tomorrow is fucking Turkey Day.
Tomorrow is fucking Turkey Day.
You're gonna eat a lot of turkey. I know that.
Oh, dude, I mean,
everyone tuning in are gonna be, watching this, later on or whatever. Definitely have yourself a good Thanksgiving. I know I will. Hopefully, all of you do as well. Eat lots of food. Be with your families and friends, whatever. Have a good time, everyone.
And yes, and I personally would like to then send my Thanksgiving wishes to you, Shoulder. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, LSB.
Oh, dude, I appreciate your presence on the show, not just on the show, but as a friend in terms of being on the forums. I appreciate your presence there more than anything in the world, man. All of you guys mean a lot to me, and even if you didn't fucking have anything to do with that Bayonetta shit, I would still fucking feel the same way about you. But now that I know you had something to do with it, man, I swear to God, thank you so much, man. You better have a Merry fucking Christmas, because your karma is going to be very clean. I'm telling you right now. Your karma is going to be smooth. So, everybody, say hello to the show. I'm going to play us out with a little Adam Sandler Thanksgiving song, because you know what? That's what I play. It's going to be playing all day tomorrow while I eat fucking turkey and stuffing and stuff my fucking dumbass face full of fucking turkey stuffing. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for tuning in if you did. If you didn't, check out the show on the replay. I'm going to have it highlighted. Thanks so much for coming on the show, Soldier. You fucking have a happy Thanksgiving tomorrow, brother.
You too as well, LSB.
Fucking A, man. Thank you. I can't thank you.